Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I do apologise about the shadows. It's dark outside. So yeah, unfortunately there's probably going to be some spooky shadows. But there's nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid. It's literally the way that I am positioned in my craft room. So today, the other day we did some tabs, yeah? Did you know this was coming? Did you know another one was coming? And I was inspired by Heidi Swap because she just inspires me so much. I love Heidi Swap. And what we're going to do is, for all you lovelies out there that don't have any page tab punches or dies or anything, we're going to make some, and we're going to make some with a circle punch. I don't know how big this circle punch is. Let me cut one because it's teeny, and let me measure. I think, yeah, it's quarter of an inch circle punch. If not, use your crocodile. That's absolutely fine. Or hole punch. And I'm going to try and do some with a 1/2 inch square punch. I don't know how they're going to turn out, but we're going to give it a go. So I've got some of the photo play paper. I've got two of the plain ones, and I'm going to use these two as well. So what I want to do is I'm going to work out how like the width of the tabs that I want. And then I'm going to mount, because I want different colours on each side on some of them, because we're going to use them later on in a project. Right, so I have my guillotine, my trimmer, if you like, and I'm going to cut at 4 inches and 3 inches, and then I'm also going to get my pattern paper, cut at 4 inches and 3 inches. I'm going to do all of it, 4 inches and 3 inches. I might do some 2 inches. Right, so I've got all my strips, and I've got 4 inches. Let me get out the 4 inches. Then I have got a couple of 2 inches, and then 3 inches. Ta-da! So these ones, I'm going to get my scoreboard because I don't know yet. Right, so because these, obviously they're 2 inches, so the centre is 1 inch. How's my math? But we're not going to do the centre at 1 inch. We're going to do the centre at 1 1/4. So we're going to have this fold over like this. And then we're going to take the other, I know this has got a bit cut out of it, but we're not going to see it. So 1 1/4. Like so. Score it down. If you don't have to do this, if you don't mind the pattern paper on the other side. How did that not line up? My guillotine is cutting wrong. Oh, goodness sake. Right, so let me find, where's my little baby trimmer? Right, it's okay that it doesn't line up because it's fixable. So I want to make this shall we do it 3.5 inch? Yeah, let's do it 3.5 inch. I'm going to cut through them both. And then I'm going to line that up like that. And then I'm just going to take off that bit. So that should then line up like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little circle punch. I hope it goes through. It's not going to go through. So let's do one bit. And I'm just going to take off the corner. Like so. And then I'm going to put it on here. Mark round it. So we know where we're cutting on here. Take that off. And that off. And then we have this. We need to chomp off just a little bit more of the orange because shock horror, it's not straight. There we go, perfect. And now what we're going to do, let's move this out of the way, and we're going to sand. And then we're going to ink. And do the back as well. And then we're going to do this bottom part. And then we're going to take our glue and we're going to just glue it down. Now you can do this with coffee dyed paper. You can do it with whatever you want. With whatever you want. And then we have this. Now my idea is that this is going to go over a page. But what I want to do is I want to get my stamps, and I've got some Heidi Swap ink pads. I've got Aged, Phoenix, Snow White and Pitch Black. And we're going to do some stamping on our page tabs. So I'm going to make the rest of the page tabs. I'll do the little ones and then I'll come back and we'll do the larger ones. Right, so out of one strip, I did the square one. I'm not sure. It's all right. But I got 4 tabs. I even got a little baby one. Look at that. Isn't it cute? But after looking at these now, I don't want this bit so wide. So I'm thinking with the next strips, which is the 4-inch, what I might, oh no, that's not 4-inch. What I might do is, even I've not even cut that straight, look. I mean, I think the paper is a different size. I'm not going to lie. Because look, this is supposed to be 12 inches and this is supposed to be 12 inches. And I haven't cut the width. So something tells me that the pattern paper is not 12 inches. So I'm going to glue this. We're not going to use that side anyway. We're going to use this side. I'm going to glue this on it already. Right, so like I said, if you've got pattern paper that you like the other side, you really don't have to do this. You can keep it as is, but I don't like the other side, so look at that. Terrible. Right, so let's just make sure that's on straight. And then I've got glue on my fingers. And then I think I'm just going to do it with my ruler. Because honestly, I can't be bothered to get my big trimmer out again. There we go. Ta-da! And then we're going to let that dry because we don't want to bend it until it is properly dry. Otherwise you are going to get bubbles. So I'm going to go and I'm going to glue all these pieces plus like 2 pieces of scrapbook paper together. Makes it really nice and sturdy, especially for page tabs, which is... Right, so they're all glued. They're all glued. Now, these are going to be the big ones. So, I'm thinking these are 4 inches. I want about ½ an inch showing, which means these are 3½ inches, which means I don't like the math. I don't like the math. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wing it. So, I'm going to cut it at 3½ inches. And then I'm going to line it on my mat. And then I'm just going to... I want a quarter. I'm going to fold it at 1/4 inch. I want 1/4 inch showing. Just like that. But we want to make sure it's straight, Tone. Stop moving! There we go. And then I'm just going to get my bone folder and... Scoreboard. Who needs a scoreboard? I bent my paper. And now, because we've stuck the pages together, it's not going to go in the hole punch. But that's fine because I have my We Are Memory Keepers and it has got a 1/4 inch. Come on. A 1/4 inch hole on it. But it's also got a 5/16, which I also think I might like. And it goes in. So I'm just going to line it up so the corner kind of comes into the middle like that. I don't like that, so I'm going to cut it again because it's too wide. Yep, that'll do. And then we're going to do the same with this one. Perfect. And then just give it a little sand. Like that. And then a little ink. And I don't think you're going to see the... Oh, you can see it a little bit. And there we have a really cool page tab, which can sit off the page like that. Isn't it cool? So cool. So what was that? That was that a 3.5 inch? So I think I might do, these papers are not sized correctly. I think I might do a 2.5 inch. I want some different, is it because I'm moving it? Well, that isn't even 2.5 inches, Toni, is it? So you did move it. But that's fine. And then let's do a 3 inch. And then what are we left with? 3 inches. So I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do another one at 1. Because I liked that. And then that should mean that we're left with 2 and a bit. So let's just chop that bit off. And then we're going to do the same. We're going to line it up. And then we're just going to fold to the 1/4 inch line. Get your bone folder. So you don't even need a scoreboard. Sand down. Get your punch. I think I'm going to go back to 1/4 inch on this one because it's a bit smaller. Nope, I'm not. I'm going to go up because that's too small. Perfect. There we go. Give it a little sand. Give it a little ink. And the back. And then we've got another really cool page tab. I love these. They're just too cute. I don't think I'm going to do the square ones. I'm not going to lie. So again, let's just... And you can have, if you want 1/2 inch, you can have 1/2 inch. I tell you what. I've got an idea. I've got an idea. Let's just sand. Distress even. So this bottom bit is like 1 inch, yeah? So if we line it up on here, make it look even, and then just draw a faint line, get our really cool little scissors, because these snippety snippersons snip right where you want them. You know, sometimes you buy scissors and the end doesn't snip. By the way, that's not the scissors. That was me. And then look what we've got. We have got a page tab with a banner. How cool is that? And again, I'm just gonna ta-da! Ink that up. Look at that. Look at that. I'm very happy with that. Now I want to do them all that size. What side do we want? I think we want this, the lined bit. it seems to want to curl at 1/4 inch anyway. Like naturally it just curls around to 1/4 inch. Doesn't that just look so cool? And then again, just going to put it in so like the corner of the paper meets the middle of the circle. And if you do it like that, let me get the bits of paper out. If I show you, I don't know, can you see? If you do it so that, let me line it up where I can see. That's it. So if you do it like that, where the corner of the paper literally meets the middle of the circle, you will always have the perfect tab punch. Let's ink up. And I'm actually loving the way that we have got this part on the front. Look at that. And we can even, I tell you what we can even do, if you don't like right, bear with me one moment while I sort out my desk. Right, so if you've got single-sided paper, this is just some of the plaids from my digital, what we can do is, and it's not going to be very thick because I didn't print this on thick paper, but you can print it on thick paper. So we've got our tab there and we've got this bit here, yeah? So we can just take some washi tape, and I'm going to cut it because again the paper's not thick enough to sand it, and I clearly didn't put the washi tape on straight either. And then take our sander and then look at that. Perfect. I didn't fold it straight. There we go. And you don't need to double back the paper. There we go, and let's do some sanding. And there we go. Look at that. How cool is that? And then you've got another page tab. It's not very thick because, again, I didn't print it on very thick paper. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take my little blue, come on. Oh. And I'm just going to, you don't have to do this because you will probably be using thicker paper. But I'm just going to back a scrap piece of Kofi dyed paper. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then let's just cut the circle out, and that is now a little bit sturdier. So, and if you want it open, you can have it open. I did go a bit heavy with the old sanding, but look how cool that looks as a page tab. Let me find something that we can pretend. We don't have to pretend. Let's get our little journal. So then that goes over the edge like that. Now I know you can't, why are you doing this bit? Why are you doing this bit? You can't see, you can't see. You're gonna, all will become apparent in the next video. So we've got this piece, and are we gonna do it this length? I think that might be it. I think, no, we're not. We're gonna do it this length. I was gonna say, that might be a little bit hard to fold. Where's my bone folder? And what you could also do is, once you've got all your inking down and stuff like that, you could always get your little circle punch and put that in the middle of your circle punch, the line, like that. And then do it again on the other side. If I can get it on, make sure it's in the middle. Now there is sometimes a line on your punch, so you can line it up. And then that will also give you a really good round edge as well. That bit went down my jumper. I'll have to fish that out later. All right, so I should still have some ink left. I haven't. There we go. And there's another one. How cool is that? I love them. Right, so I'm going to finish building the rest, and then I'll be back. I have got all my tabs. Look at them. We've got a love. Look at them all. They're so cool. They're so cool. Look at that one with the little ghosty on the back. Too cute. Right, so now we're going to decorate them. Yes, we are. And first off, what I want to do is grab some stamps. Now, I have grabbed some of my Heidi Swap sticker paper. So I have got... I don't know what colour that is. I think it's like off-white. And I've got a sheet of white, and I've got some of the aged paper and a sheet of the black as well. So I'm potentially going to use these, but I might make a couple in these. So what I'm going to do is I've got my label set, and I just want to have a look and see which labels fit. So this is this colour. This might look nice. Should we do a black stamped on white? So I'm getting my pitch black. Oh, nearly lost my dobber. And you don't have to use sticker paper. I'm only using it because I've got it and it's easy. So I'm just gonna stamp a label. That's me because I didn't press hard enough. So let's do another one and try and press. Oh, this Phoenix, oh, I love this colour. I love it so much. And I'm just gonna Perfect. Look at that. So I'm going to do a couple. I might not use them all, but they're there if I want to. So let's put that back. And now we're going to decorate our labels. Right. So first off, make sure it's dry. So first off, I want a big 3-1. So I've got my this year's Halloween set, and I'm going to get the aged paper because I want the 31. And I just want it in the background. And it's a bit bigger than the label, but that's fine. Look at that. I love it. And then over the top, I want to put Halloween. Perfect. And then I want a definition. And I think I'm going to do that in orange. Like that. Yes. Perfect. And now I'm going to cut it out. Gotta make sure it's dry because we don't want it to smooch. Right, so I'm just sanding around the edge, and then I'm just going to run my finger along the edge too. And in my American stamp set, I believe I have it here, I've put in some, what is going on? I've got some of these little banners, look. So I want to take one of those. I think I'm going to go on the aged paper. And I'm going to do... Oh, should we have a look and see what aged paper looks like on aged paper? Looks good, but it's not enough. It's not dark enough for me. So I'm going to go with pitch black. Oh, it would help if I got it in the middle. All right, so we've got a cute little banner. And we're just going to sand around the edge, and again distress, and then that can then go under there like that. Right, so what one was this going to go on? Was it going to go? Yes, it was. So let's take off the backing, and then take off the backing of the banner. Just put that there. Oh, let's bring it up a bit. That's it, like that. And then we're gonna kind of up to the top, in the middle, like that. But then we've also got space to stamp other things too. Let me put this back on my American stamp set, otherwise I'm going to lose it. Alright, so let's open it up. And then we have this one. And we can do in the Phoenix. Perfect. And then we can also put something along the bottom here. I got it around the right way. And look at that. Isn't that just so cool? And it can be like, I mean, you can even turn this into a hidden paperclip if you want to, is what you can do before you stick the pages together, because that's basically what it is. So that's one done. We have this bit here, which is just super cool and definitely screaming out to have something stamped on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and put it on my block straight. Might be good, tone straight. And then stamp that out. My Halloween, this Phoenix ink pad is really juicy. Right, so let's cut this out. And this is one of the things I love about this sticker paper. Is you can just make pieces of ephemera with it straight away. I mean, you can do it with any kind of cardstock, to be honest. Right, so let's... I think I want... Where's my purple scissors? I think I want to go around the edge of this with black. We won't do oxide, we'll do distress. And I think I just want to just kind of dab in places. I do think I got more on my fingers. There it is. And then I'm just gonna take the backing off if I can get it. There we go. And then we can put this up here. Like so. And then just kind of run your finger around just to do the edges. I mean, that just looks so cool. And then what else can we put on here? I love this stamp. Trespassers. I keep putting my finger in the ink. Let's put this here. Perfect. And then let's stamp ourselves a little piece of ephemera. Cut this out. Ink it up. Take the backing off. And then let's find where we want to put this. Should we just put it in this corner? Or should we put it down here? I actually quite like it there. And then again, just run your finger around it like that. Look at that. I mean, you could just leave that there. Are we going to? No, we're not. Do we want something written down here? Yeah, show you what. Let's have this. Will this fit? No. So let's have, this one's not legible. It's literally just for show. You probably could get away with doing black on here because this cardstock is not black. It's like a grey colour. So the black would show. I'm going to use Snow White. But again, it's not supposed to be legible. And then there we have another one. Look at that. Isn't that cool? How many have we got so far? I think we've only got 2, Toni. I think you might be right. Where's my little silver tub? Right, so let's put all the ones we've done in there. And let's carry on. This one, we've got a lovely big space. So this one, I think I'm going to use another label. Going to give it a little bit of a white border, just a smidgen, like not even one line on the ruler. It's that thin. And then we're just gonna, and I also have, where's it gone? I've got the little ephemera pack that I got from scrapbook.com from Photoplay. And let's have a look and see what we've got in here. Oh, I've got stuff everywhere. So the label that I just cut out, I just wiped my table and I didn't realise it was here, and I flicked it across my room. And now I can't find it. It's gone into the abyss. The abyss that is my craft room. And I can't even remember what I was going to put on here. That would be cool though. Evil Crow. And I'll tell you what we could do with that. We could even have that sticking out the top, or we could fold it over like, oh yes, let's do that. Let's just sand that. We'll put that one on there. Cute little pieces of ephemera. Oh, we've even got a banner. Look, that's going to go on somewhere. Happy Halloween. We've got a ticket. We've got to stay creepy. Oh, hello. Can we get you off? We'll use that on one, and we'll use Mr. Skelly Hat. Oh, and we'll use him on one. And we've got a banner there. These are really cute. Oh my goodness, look at that ticket. Let's use, I love that one. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? So we'll use that. Oh, hello, Beware. Might use that as well, as it popped out. Welcome to the Witching Hour. Have we got one that's big enough for that? No. No, we haven't. We haven't, unfortunately. I do like the boo, though, and I do like the moon. But that's a cute little ephemera set, and I love these frames as well. I like that. How did I not see that? Where was you hiding? Right, so let's put these into our little ephemera tub. And let's carry on with this one. So I'm just gonna sand the edges. And then let's take the backing off the label. Lay that just there. And then we're going to fold that over. So let's put some glue on. Oh, my glue bow stuck. Like that. I like that. But we do need to put, oh, make sure that's stuck down. Love that. We're missing a bit of the crow's head, but that's fine. Sand that so it's easier to open. And then we need a little bit of washi over the back of the label. There we go. You're not going to see it. However, I think I do want some of the washi on the bottom. But only a little smidgen. Because I want to fold it over. Oh, look at that. That's just so cool. Isn't that just so cool? It's so cool. It's just so cool. Right, now let's get our stamps back. And where is my little, because we've got some proper little words in here. We've got trick or treat. Should we go over here? Let's put it in the middle. Trick or treat. And then we've got this little square where we could just stamp that on there like that. And the little skull, because it's just too cute. I love him. And then we could even take the bats with the aged paper like that. That's pretty cool. And then we could also, let's do some coming off there as well. Little bats. And then we have got the teeny tiniest little Halloween. And I need to make sure right, these inks are too juicy for such a small stamp. So I'm going to get my VersaFine and hopefully this won't be. Keep this coupon and I think we'll leave that just there. I might, where's my texture stamp set? Right, so I'm going to go round with the aged. Just like that. Can you see that around the edge? Look. Perfect. That's another one done. These are taking a while and I've lost my tub again. There it is. Right, so now I'm going to take my Adventurer stamp set and I'm going to take this little cutie and let's put these away for now. Just gonna stamp that and cut it out. Gonna give it a little border again. go. And then I'm just gonna go around it with what I've already got on my dauber. And then I think we'll put that like that. It doesn't look very Halloween-y, but that's okay. Put that on there, and then I'm just gonna run my nail around. That on there like so, and then I think this little skull face, cause it's scary. I just need to check I've got it. The right way up, which I haven't. And then let's open it up, because then it's not going to bounce on us. Look at him! And then let's do... And look at that. Right, so on my grungy labels, I've got these couple of little texture stamps. So I'm thinking if we get the white and then yes, look at that one. How cool is that? That's another one done. Right, so moving on to the next one. I just wanted to kind of back this so it was kind of, it stood out. So let's sand, and then let's washi. Is that the end? Nope, that's the end. So I'm not going right to the bottom. Oh, where did you go? And then I want this orange label, so I'm just gonna, again, trim this out. I think I need a stamped ephemera video. What do you reckon? I reckon so. There we go. And just go around the edge. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go around the edge with black as well. And then I'm just going to sand the edges. Right, so I'm just going to put this on here like this, and then I'm just running my nail round. I'm going to get my little purple scissors and just distress this, and then I kind of want this hanging off the bottom there, so let's put a bit of glue on one, have it hanging down there. I don't think I put enough on. Like that. And it does cover the bottom, but that's fine. And I'm wondering if I actually quite like that. Let me grunge it up a bit. Yeah, I do like that. Yes, let's put that down. I made a promise to myself this year that I was going to use the items that I had brought. I'm just going to do what I normally do and just kind of squish it up like that. I like that. That's a cool tab. I don't know if I want to take that off the bottom. Oh, that's a dilemma. Do you know what? I think I do. I think I do. And we can always use it somewhere else. Well, we could have if I hadn't have cut it wonky. And then we have another one. How cool is that? And then, because it says, beware, I'm going to put on spine tingling storage. And hopefully I haven't got too much ink on. Ha-ha! Love it. Right, so I think we'll do one more. And I want to use Mr. Skull. I think I'm going to have him overhanging a bit, but I want to cut the top off there. I think I'm going to go round with the black ink again. Just to, because you can't see it at the minute, but look, when you put him down, it just brings him forward. And then let's just grunge him up. Do we want a little label behind him? I think we do. Perfect. Right, so if he's going here, then I think the label can go, I want the other end, can go about here. And then let's glue him down, like so. I like him, he's cool. Yes. Put that in there. Yes. We've got another number. which I think might just, yeah, it does, look, fits just there. Which again, I think I've pressed too hard on the ink pad. Nope, that will do, that's cool. Oh, yes, love that. So we've still got a nice bundle to do, and I did a couple more off camera just quickly. Literally just added a couple of pieces of ephemera on it. So, I mean, even that would look cool, wouldn't it, over the top of that? So that could be like, oh my goodness, that could be like a double tab. I actually like that. I actually like that. So we've got this one, which is just too cute. This one I love. The little ghosty. Then we've got Skelly Bones, which is just cool. Then we've got just this cute little bone dust one with a skull face, little piece of ephemera. We have our first one with the label on. And then we have this one, Trespassers. And I love them. I absolutely love them. Now, this is going to be linked to... I've broken my nail. This is going to be linked to another video. So, make sure you don't miss it. Yeah, it's going to be linked to another video. I've got more distress ink on my finger than I have on my pieces. Yeah, don't miss it. Definitely do not miss it, because we're going to be using these for a page idea that I have, and yeah, they're going to be cool. So if you give this a go, don't forget to tag me in social media. All my socials are in the description box down below or at the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video, and I will see you all tomorrow. So happy crafting, everybody, and take care. Bye.